Mark Suggers there at Wembley last night, and football not coming home. It's going Rome, apparently. Darren Goff, how you doing?
It is going to Rome.
How you feeling?
The best team won. Obviously usually disappointed watching the game, probably same as thousands and thousands of people up and down the land. But, do you know, getting to the final was kind of... It's not success, because success is winning.
Yep.
But I'm quite happy with the progress. Some good performances. We've got some very talented youngsters coming to the next tournament. A bit more experience. Have been together around the last 6 weeks. It'll put them in great stead going forward to Qatar. So, yeah, you can be positive a lot of ways. But there's always that niggling doubt by... We got there by the skin of our teeth. Some strange decisions. Media, supporters, fans, pundits, all questioning Gareth. And waiting for him to make one mistake, and last night he made a couple of mistakes, and bang, straight on it.
We're done.
Yeah.
Darren Bent is with us for the 3 hours as well. We need you to join in. Did anyone expect England to get to the final when the tournament started? Could England have done more in that final last night? 08717 22 33 44. Benty, how are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously disappointed in terms of the performance on the pitch, the result. Probably more disappointed in terms of what happened after the game, which obviously we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
But for me, they overachieved in my expectation, because I thought they'd win the group. And if I'm honest, I thought they'd get knocked out by somebody in the group of death, whether it be Portugal, France. I thought if they got Germany, there was a chance they could beat them, but I thought that was as far as they'd go, and that would be it. But they got past Germany, got to the final, so you'd have to say it is a success. But I think at some stage we're going to have to start judging this England team in terms of not making it to finals, semi-finals as a success. They have to win something.
That's from now on, isn't it?
We had a very positive show last week, didn't we, on Thursday? It was Thursday.
Mate, we had a party last
Thursday.
We
had a party, right?
We did, had 2 bottles of champagne.
I noticed Goldstein and Cundy were making out as though they'd bought the champagne later on, didn't they? Still had that same bottle there that Adrian had brought in and celebrated on a drive. And rightly so. To get to the final was brilliant. It lifted the nation.
Unprecedented, yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it now, and you do start analysing the old tournament, things did go our way a little bit in it. We did get a Germany side who are very dangerous and could still perform on their day, as they did against Portugal, and they could have beaten us. But you only have to look at their performances the last 18 months, and they've not been up to par, have they? They've been below what you would expect from Germany. So we've kind of had a little bit of joy along the way. Getting Ukraine, our first away game, it was a perfect team for us to play against. Denmark, yes, they were on the wave of a good feeling after such a sad event that happened in that opening game with Christian Eriksen. But when you get to a semi-final, with the team and the talent England have got, and you get Denmark, let's just assess it. And
Ukraine the round before.
Go. That's what I'm saying. You really, really dissect the tournament. We did have a little bit of luck along the way, but we got to the final, and it was great feeling up and down this country. You know what I mean? When we did get there,
I think that we were the second best team at the tournament. And I think Italy were the best team, so it has finished.
We were better than France.
How it should have. Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what? I think I'm with you, Aid, on that, because France have got the best players. But if you analyse again the tournament, I don't think they played well once.
Oh, was that just a lack of concentration from them, though?
When did they hammer Germany? They finished 1-0. That could have gone either way, that game.
Yeah. I think they played well for 20 minutes against Switzerland in the whole tournament, and that was it.
They've got some terrific players, there's no doubt about that. But in terms of how each team played at the tournament, I think Italy were the best. I think England was second best. You're right, it can't be seen as success because we have to start winning trophies for it to be success.
It's a difficult
definite improvement, though.
But Belgium played some decent stuff as well. But they went out against Italy because Italy were outstanding in that game.
But we didn't lose to Italy,
I agree. Listen, getting to the fight was brilliant. But it means nothing else. We didn't win. Right? People forget about it. There's only one team that they're remembering. And it was great that England got to the final. But you still have to deserve to get there, and you're right, they're one of the best 2 or 3 teams, right? So England got to the final.
Pre-tournament, did you think they'd get to a final?
No.
Did you? Nobody did.
No, I didn't. So I thought we'd get France, though, in
the when they got Germany.
Yeah, and then I think if we got France, we were out. So that was my personal feeling.
Okay, all right. In the final itself, could he have done more? You talked about the mistakes that he made.
I think it was a little bit... I think what happened... I don't know what anybody else was like watching the game as a fan. Is when we scored, the world went mad, didn't it? Well, England went mad.
Yeah.
It was nuts, but it was so early. I was thinking, I'm not sure. Because the way Gareth manages, and he's done a great job in the tournament so far, I just think with our defence, that's it. He's just going to sit deeper and deeper. And they did, listen, England were very, very good that first 25 minutes. But then once Italy adapted and changed, Gareth probably was a little bit slow, would you say, to make changes himself?
Yeah.
And you could say he did that against Denmark as well, even though they came on strong in extra time because the players were fresher.
Yeah.
Right? So he probably adapted a little bit slow.
Do you know, in terms of the Italian, the first, obviously you said their scoring goal early was... It kind of came too early because I don't think you can ever score a goal too early because you'd rather have the goal than not.
Oh, yeah, of
Do you
course.
know what I mean? But I just think after that, they didn't really press forward. And it was like the one time Kane managed to kind of drop deep and then get the ball out to that weekend side, the weak side of Italy, the left-hand side, we score from it. That didn't happen again because after that, the Italians who were so switched on, the masters defending, the moment Kane dropped and got the ball, Jorginho was around him, Verratti was around him, Bonucci, Chiellini dropped 20 yards, so there was just no space. But even if you look at the possession in the first half, I think it was 60% to Italy.
Yeah.
They just absolutely dominated, attempts on goal.
It was even more in the second half, yeah.
Even more, even attempts on goal in the first half, as well as we did. We just didn't trouble them at all.
20 minutes and England had a really good spell. Beyond that, Italy, I thought, totally controlled the game. But
Except extra time, mate. The second half extra time, I think...
We give it a bit
fitness,
of a go.
Well, the fitness then came into it because Italy have had some hard games. I mean, look at their games they've had to come up against. And I think England came on really strong in that second half extra time because they were fitter.
Do you know what, though? Italy still had more attempts, in extra time.
Did they?
They still threatened the goal more than England did, yeah.
But the substitutions I thought were poor. I think you're spot on there, Goffey. If you look at... We made 2 substitutions in normal time. Okay, so Saka for Trippier on 70, Henderson for Rice on 74. They were pretty much like for like, so they didn't impact the way England were playing. It was just to carry on doing what you were doing. Left it way too late to bring on Jack Grealish. 99 minutes he came on, which means he's basically had 20 minutes to try and do so. He needs time to get into a game and get some ball. He's not going to receive the ball that much in 20 minutes of a game. Where
I thought he was going to take him off again,
I did, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
But and I know that Sancho and Rashford came on late on, but that was just to take the penalties. That is a debate in itself, whether that was right or wrong. But their pace could have unlocked Italy in extra time, but he just didn't want to give it a go, did he?
Not really, no. And he kind of built a rod for his own back, Gareth, because the performances of Kane and Sterling, because they were good in this tournament, he almost felt like he couldn't take them off ever. So if ever someone was going to come off, it was always that right-hand side, whether it be Saka, Grealish, on and off. So he kind of killed himself a little bit. And even in terms of the Jack Grealish one, I would have probably brought him on earlier. But I'm pretty convinced Gareth didn't trust him enough to do the defensive side of the job. Because Mason Mount, who I don't think was as effective, was running up and down, getting them behind. Do you know what I mean? Really closing down from the front. You put Jack on, Jack will do it, but not to the same level. So I think Gareth probably looked at it and went, I want to get Jack on, but do I trust him enough? And I think it comes down to trust. I just don't think he felt over a long space of time he could keep playing him in that position.
Do you think he kind of, with the substitutions, it's always like, I'll take Rice off for Henderson on this many minutes? Remember when Arsene Wenger used to make
You makes me wonder if Rice
60?
is fit.
That's what I said to you, didn't I?
He was brilliant.
Because he was outstanding.
Yeah.
The job he did, the
like
cleaning up and
Beckenbauer.
everything. Oh,
Amazing.
he was unbelievable. Yeah, he took him off, and he's done it a couple of times, and then brings Henderson for him every single time. So that makes me think he's either got a knock, is injured, or he's going to do that every single time because he wants to get Henderson to finish off a game or see it out.
And it drags him off.
Yeah.
Then he drags Henderson back off.
Yeah.
He didn't make any gambles, didn't take any real risks, did Gareth Southgate, until he brought the 2 penalty takers on, and both the penalty takers missed.
Well, that was a risk bringing him on, but
Rashford
came on and played right back.
Do you know what? He was actually good at right back. I mean, he
made a tackle.
In 3 minutes, he had a little bit to do, and he looked solid, I've got to say. You may have some opinions on that. Me personally, I'm not going to go attacking anyone. I'm glad that Gareth wants to stick around for the World Cup next year.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do there. But it's up to you. Did anyone expect England to get to the final? And if you didn't, does that mean it was success, or do they have to win it? And could England have done more in the final last night? Let's hear from you. 08717 22 3344.